not just the King's move, any dragon system was empowered. Versus, you know, in Europe, more strict on the whole loading, you know, like, so yeah, there's going to be more spent on the top of the sport. But listen, the sport's about strength. It is. I mean, WL, PAL, whatever. Like, get strong, lift heavy, you know, spend a lot of time on the table. There's a lot of balance points. But yeah, every time you have a match, every time you lose, every time you win, you should tweak what you have going and assess what your next challenge is. What I do is I think about time structure. Okay, so I'll evaluate exactly what I'm looking at. So, for example, it's fresh in everybody's mind. Let's look at King of the Table. So what are you looking at with King of the Table? You're looking at 6 rounds. Okay? Which really means you're looking at 4 rounds, right? Because if you don't win by 4, you know, whatever. So you're looking at 4 rounds, you're looking at 90 seconds rest between rounds, you're looking at 3 fouls, you're looking at, and now this part is debatable, you probably might be able to get a minute of work in before they say go. I'd say probably between 30 seconds and a minute before they say go or you get a foul. So potentially, you could be looking at 2 or 3 minutes, maybe 90 seconds rest, 2 or 3 minutes, 90 seconds rest, 4. Okay, that's what you could be looking at if that's your method. Right, so you could train for that duration of exercise. That now arm wrestling is a strength sport, absolutely. So you never want to discount your 1 RMs, but you can't discount the work either. So yeah, training. We'll kind of probably get into training more. I want to kind of hit technique a little bit before we break into the gym stuff. Okay, we did. I don't want to go, we could talk about outside arm wrestling for a long time. What do you think? Should we go to the gym or should we go inside technique and then go gym? Inside? Okay, perfect. Okay, I like it. All right, so let's talk about inside. Okay, before height, what was the thought?
Having them hold on to you.
Having them hold on to you, having them chase you, right? So that's what the outside arm wrestlers think, right? They're coming to the table and they're looking for the guy to come up and then they're hiding a little bit.
You're going to have 6.
Hide just a little bit. This whole thing we're talking about, this cheering, this giveaway, it's all to make them worse, right? It's all to make you have more height, to get on their fingers more. You have height, you see them start to grab, you give away a bunch of little few things. So that they bite something that's not as good, and then you can carry through to their fingers. Inside arm wrestling is really based off of the art of surprise. All right, it's based off of the art of surprise. You're already there. They thought that they were, no, you're already there. You're already in their shit before they even know it. Okay, so the guy who I probably learned this from really a long time ago was one of my favorite arm wrestlers, Travis Bateman. Okay?
Oh.
Travis is one of the most crafty arm wrestlers, in my opinion, that's ever lived. Okay, so here, this is Travis. Love, come on up here. Okay? All right, so this is Travis at a tournament. Okay, no, just right there, just right there. Oh, so I see my dear opponent here. Hey, what's up, buddy? What's up, son? Right, so you're already there, right? Like I'm already, my shoulder's already committed the whole time. Like anytime there's an interaction, like my shoulder's already there. Okay, so. Oh, I forget. Artem, come here. You should have reminded me. I switched teams. No, I don't want to see you. Get the fuck out of here. Well, you should remind me. I've been walking around here without
I did the one with the scrub.
Oh.
You two girls, yo, Artem is annoying this shit.
Okay, so inside arm wrestling, the idea is that you are already there. You are already there. My favorite example of this is with myself. Okay, Okay, so Jerry Carteret, terrifying arm wrestler in the face. He's renowned inside arm wrestling. Oh my God, Jerry flop wrist press. It's scary, right? If you study Jerry Carteret, study his losses, you can beat people a number of different ways, but Jerry Carteret is vulnerable to inside moves. If you actually can get your shoulder in before Jerry does, it really screws up his press, okay? So when I was arm wrestling Jerry, I'm like this, okay? I'm already coming in like this, right? Like my body alignment, I'm coming in like, you know, right? I'm forcing that, I'm making it like when you talk about inside arm wrestling, okay? See this, we can go up here, just pretend we're at the table, okay? See this line, okay? Shoulder, hand, shoulder. Let's just spin, straight. It's a straight line, right? Straight line, shoulder, hand, shoulder, straight line. Fair. Boom. No way. Fair. Where we are, where is this gonna happen? I don't know. Some kind of imaginary place. Right. So this is where it all starts. Okay. Anytime this line. Okay. So here we are. So right now, John has the inside position on. Okay. So he has shoulder, hand, the line cuts into my arm.
Spin.
Yeah. Right. Okay, he cuts in, right? So what that means, and the reason why this is so terrifying is, yeah, because he is. I heard he was coming, I almost can't. but, you know, they say real bravery is facing your fears. So, okay. All right, so, but look, like, what makes this really bad is if we both put money on the table, okay? And what I mean by that is if we both are like, okay, test your frame, right? Like, inside arm wrestling versus inside arm wrestling is like two cars going down the highway. There's gonna be a crash, okay? It's gonna be, okay? And in arm wrestling, if both of us just go, oh man, I already know it, right? If he's already got the spot, it just gets worse. I go in there, wait, if he's got it, I'm gonna break my stuff. I am. Unless I'm just way stronger, and then there's not even worth talking about. Okay, thanks, Thank you. So inside arm wrestling, this is the big part of it. Okay? You want to beat a guy to the spot. Okay. So a lot of that is done through height. That's why you're going to come in high. That's why you're going to pull it down. Come on, Jason, come on. Okay. So in the last outside arm wrestling, we focused a lot on this line. Okay. This line, this thumb line, right? This is a huge part for outside arm wrestling. And look, it works together. Inside and outside, they work together. But when we talk about inside arm wrestling specifically, this, for me, is what I really want. I want depth. I want depth. The deeper I am, the harder I have to roll over. Okay? So depth combined with the shoulder position, this is the big part of the set. Okay? So how do I get that? A lot. So remember how, like, with outside arm wrestling, we're hiding the thumb so we create the roll. In inside arm wrestling, we hide the thumb like this. Okay, so if I want depth, what I do is I make my thumb small. You see this? So I have now depth through the bottom. Okay, and I almost force him to drop because look, you can see your knuckle. Your knuckle's there, but you can't see mine. Okay, and then there's this creeping process, and then it's a sink. Okay, the opening of inside arm wrestling is boom, a connection, boom, a drop. Right, this is where the real strength is. It's not going aside. It's just get up nice and high and straight down. And what that does is it opens the other person's arm, and then you're in. Okay, yeah, it's a straight down, That's right. You get everything set, nice and high, inside the body, and straight down. And everything is in stress. And always, guys, Straps. Straps, I can't say enough. Practice in the straps. It's gonna go to learn how to slip, but then spend most of your practice in the straps. Inside arm wrestling, you know, you're really unrelenting. You are coming forward. You do not stop coming forward if you're gonna really sell it. If you're gonna inside arm wrestling, you do not back that shoulder off. You are going for it. And if your hand doesn't hold, then you dump your hand. I don't want to tell anybody here who's been arm wrestling not too long to be flopping, but I'm telling you that's where it'll go. Okay, that's your best option for inside arm wrestling. Okay, but be very careful with it. Very, very careful. I really want to start to break into the table soon. But you guys got questions?
I felt like I couldn't rise,
Right.
because his arm was short,
Right.
and that's what made me start.
Right. Okay. Come on.
Artem keeps interrupting Devon.
Okay,
They have
so
to keep reprimanding him.
That's a big problem, right? That is a problem. Okay, so, and I wish Marcio was here. Marcio is one of those guys who, he's the textbook example of a smaller dude, with a small hand and a short lever, who is awesome up top. He's a top roller, he opens outside, he's great all over the place, but he will make it hard. He's got a great post. A lot of it will come down to strength, okay? And a lot of it will come down to technical understanding. So the first thing I'll say is, so when we are arm wrestling, and if you're a taller guy, okay, you want to have that height. But the problem is you're going to cover the guys, nut, right?
Yeah.
This is the problem?
Yeah.
Right. Okay, so you talk about climbing, you talk about rising, okay? Now, I can rise. Okay, you see this thumb line? Let's switch side of the table. Okay, so pay attention to my thumb line, okay? So ideally, I'd love to come up here, okay? I'd love to come up here, but I'm gonna cover his thumb. Perhaps not gonna do it. So that's fine. There's a terminology issue that I've always had. People talk about the lower hand, top hand, okay? And I think that wording has got a lot of people confused because they think low hand, top hand, grabbing low. Absolutely, you are not. You are not grabbing low and low hand top. I say a more accurate description of a low hand top roll is a high bottom. Okay, so I come in, okay, and I'd like to high top roll. I'd like to post top roll, but there's a problem. Okay, so that's fine. So that's all right. I start to braise the bottom. Okay, braise the bottom. Okay, and I will arm wrestle with a higher bottom part. Okay, so this is how you up the height. Now, but the thing is, if the guy's got a high post and it's a real threat, he'll come over the top of your hand. Okay? So that is why, depending on the opponent, you need to be able to do both. Now, a long arm will still win, okay? Because so when you switch to a inside move, that's where you're going to get your height. Okay, against the guy who's not going to chase you. So follow me? So against the guy with a short hand, small hand, short arm, who's going outside, what you do is, instead of trying to find his fingers, you hide your own thumb right back to him. And then you have the height, okay? Try to hide your thumb right back, and you will get all your sets. You'll get everything you're looking for. Okay, if you watch the 2016 with Marcio and myself, it's a good example. Marcio's too smart. Marcio's too good. I wish that I could low hand top on Marcio. I wish I could, roll out with him. You can't do it because he's got too much pose. He's got a short hand. Short arm. If I try to do any kind of low hand stuff, he'll break over the top of my hand. So you have to hide his thumb right. You have to do these same things right with him, and then your language is going to start to work for you. So that's why, like, whenever I talk about arm wrestling, it's one thing. Inside, everything eventually will work together. Big thumb, little thumb. You're gonna have to know how to do both things, okay? But yeah, never grab anyone. Never do. Kind of get in.
As the opposite of that, as someone who's short, has a small hand and not perform, how can you test like that? Chance to use those long arms?
Right, so a lot of people say, okay, I'm built a certain way, how should I arm wrestle? And I argue with people a lot about this because I really believe that most people should train very similarly, regardless of how they're built. You might have a move that really works for you, but it's my belief, and I'm biased, okay? So, listen to everyone, but I really believe that even if you are short with a small hand, you should still work all these fundamentals, and you should probably work them in similar investment strategies. Like I think that most people should train a cup and a pronation for probably about 70% of everything they do. Their rise, they should probably work about 20, 25% of what they do, and the rest is like rich, whatever. But it doesn't really change. You're gonna have a move that you like. Okay, you're gonna have a move that you're really good at. You're gonna get hurt. Okay, you arm wrestle long enough, your toy's gonna get broken. And then you're gonna have to find a new way. You'll come back to it. It'll be strong again. Your new toy will get broken. Okay. You arm wrestle long enough. You're gonna.
Good big guy?
It's important that you develop different ways to arm wrestle, but I really think we'll stick to fundamentals. I think anybody I ever talked to,
Let me find out.
All right, guys. Why don't we hit the tables? Okay. Like I said, we're gonna be arm wrestling all night. I hope you guys are all here, but I would like to so we're not just all sitting here so far. We'll hit the tables. Just think about this as a little warm up, okay? And get a chance to meet people you haven't met. I'm gonna walk around,
We can do that if you want to.
back here, and I'll talk about some gym stuff, some gym strategies, and more questions, and we'll keep on going. Yeah. Okay.
This is a table that's like a makeshift riser, so
No, it's time to kick some ass.
Hey, get in the straps, everybody. Get in the straps. Don't waste your time. Don't waste your time. You said the same thing?
Did you tape up a strap ball first?
Yeah, practice starts at 4. Let's look for some strong people to harass. Here's Jody. I said strong people, not Artem.
Hey, stop filming that.
See? Artem's not very friendly. Here's Jason Merlot representing.
No, it's Constantine. And I still think you should.
Pedro.
What's up, bro?
Jason Merlot.
What's up, man? How you doing? always stays touching.
Steven Zell. Ole. It's the weakest table in the house right here.
100%. 100%.
That's great. Come on.
No, Merlot's a fucking beast, dude. He's just low key. He's low key about it.
But it's completely. Was it from Winter West? Really?
All those bass curls.
Saw that shit. There's so much that you mentioned.
Steve Carbone. He's been arm wrestling before most of you were born.
You had to say that.
That's from the entrance.
And I just told my girlfriend, we just like trying to figure out.
How'd you hear about his event? Just grab that fucking phone.
How you doing? Hey, that's weird. Travis Bajan's not here today. Oh, there's Dan the Nightmare.
Yeah, 2 hours.
Here's Dan the Nightmare.
I wouldn't came that far
picking
from
on
it,
minors.
Oh yeah, there's no way I'm gonna miss it.
It's going to be a little loose.
I don't think Travis will go anywhere near anything 98 after last night's podcast.
He's got 2 years in. He has 2 years in.
Yeah, Dan, yeah.
And how long has he been?
I don't know, but he's 17. Really?
He's a big son of a bitch.
Yeah.
He's got that lever, bro.
You never arm wrestle someone with a mullet, first off.
That gives him like 10 points over.
Right. He's already stronger than everybody.
You're going to win this. Drop. Don't drop yet. Don't drop yet. Drop. The opposite position. And then drop the this way. So that way I
Dan Schwartz giving pointers to people.
Right now I'm still on.
The Nightmare.
Just slide. Oh, Mike, Atlantic City.
Hey. This is the 98% channel.
Really? I saw him on it.
Oh yeah. I'm sure they're all starting to come in, dude. All the normal crew. We'll see. I can't see who's all in the chat right now, unless someone types something, so it's hard to see. Here's Jody. Nobody here wants to arm wrestle me because I'm too powerful. Everyone's ducking me. In the flesh. So, he's very tall. Here's how not to arm wrestle.
I'm already too.
Beauty.
It must have been fun. Because I'm the same way so much. Like, I want to get that high spot, but I just can't. So, but sometimes what you do is you find right? So, yeah. So if you don't quite have your height, you want to be over here, just kind of. Yeah, and roll that give it away.
God bless America. Land that I love.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, it looks to me like it feels good.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for the 98% of the entire world. Travis's cleft lip. See how Devon's ducking me, everybody? Every time I walk near him, he runs away because I'm so powerful. He knows my arm wrestling reputation. All the 98%ers say hello.
Hey guys, what's up? Hey, seriously though, like if people really want to learn this, just go.
Yeah, sit at that table.
She's like, bang, bang, bang.
Dude, I told her, when are people going to start going to her seminar?
Yeah, right? No, it's she's really smart with all of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I like to have her because she
Right.
kind of, because I'll fucking.
Question.
I don't know who that guy was, but his shirt says Larratt, something weird like that. Yeah, scary, right? Shout out to the High Five Club for throwing a great event. These guys did it right, man. Their guys helped everyone bring their tables in, set them up. They their whole team acted as like staff members, just helping everybody out, setting up tables, directing traffic. Good stuff, guys. No one here has a cleft lip. There are no cleft lips in the house.
You're letting all the pressure go up.
Hey Dan,
Now, if you shove
have
it-
you seen anybody with a cleft lip? Oh, he doesn't want to answer.
You trying to get it taken down again?
And Dan Schwartz, the nightmare, is not being very supportive. Oleg, what up, buddy? How you doing? Just going around harassing people. Here's Lava, the legend, the myth.
Where's the beers?
He's healthy. Hey, the pizzas are here. You guys recognize anybody here? If you do, say their name and direct me to them, and I'll attack them. Here's novice arm wrestler Jason Merlot.
A little bit.
Nobody's taking my risk.
The novice. All these guys look like they work out. Everyone here looks like they worked out except for me.
You know, I can't even insult you now. Thanks.
I insult myself and no one else can. Sorry. Down fellas doing. Nice.
Switch on the old member.
Hey, Yellow's not here. Maybe he'll come to the practice after. This is still part of the seminar, but there's a practice after this. So there's a lot of people waiting outside to come to just the practice. Here's the only table that I might have a chance at. I don't know. It's the only table I might have a chance at. A lot of testosterone. There's a lot of testosterone in this building. You can feel it in the air. I'm getting stronger just from all the testosterone being breathed out. Sorry.
Yo, what up? What up, guys?
There's Artem next to the pizza. As soon as the pizza got delivered, Artem came right over here.
Give me another shirt.
Oh, hey.
That's little Devon. Little Devon, yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna give you a wrench.
Hey, thanks, buddy.
You're welcome.
Dan the Nightmare with jokes. Nightmare. He has a tattoo of a dream catcher, and his nickname is Dan the Nightmare. That makes no sense.
That's pretty dope. It's like an oxymoron.
Ooh, look at strong. Look at
Get a bicep out,
Who's
bro.
next? Who's next for you?
This guy right here.
Where at?
No, I'm just kidding.
You want me to set it up?
Yeah, you should. Yeah, I think
I'll set it up.
Left hand.
Fuck that guy. Hey, if you want one at our big practice in August, let me know.
I'm down.
All right.
It's just ask him and hook it up. Yeah.
He can't make it to that practice.
Oh, he can't?
But you know who's looking for a match? Alec from Maryland. I'm sorry, Delaware. No, Maryland.
Maryland?
He's on Josh Berger's team down there.
Oh, yeah, I'm down.
All right, I'll tell him.
Cool.
We'll set that up. That'll be cool. All right, August 27th. All right, cool. I'll run it by him. I'll message you. You got it, buddy. See that, dude? Making moves. Setting up super matches. Almost stepped on someone. There's a lot of little tiny guys here. Aaron Armada, Dan is yours. You're gonna take on the Nightmare? Oh, we're starting back up. I may have to go charge my phone after. This is gonna eat my battery like crazy. I'll ask him, where is he? Where's Artem? Let's ask him that question.
Listen, I want to arm wrestle my brains out too, okay? Like, believe me. Like, as soon as we get like, all I'm trying to do now is just rip. But, we get back there.
I can't find him. He's very sneaky.
Sometimes touch on him in practice before we kind of break into the gym.
You guys also start doing triggers on off or if you went off before. Great.
Something on top of those forward.
He's probably outside enjoying herbal essence. Oh, there he is. There's the man.
One of the best things you can do, like, go over the rules of arm wrestling. And is.
I'll ask him right in front of Jody there.
Whole junior guy works. It's the best, okay? It's the best way to train. Senior guy can kind of control where you're pulling, where you're safe, and the junior guy can control.
Daniel Urich wants to know why you swing both ways.
The most out of practice.
More opportunities.
More opportunities, Dan.
Get everybody there.
Why are you leaving myself? I can't get enough on one side. It's not easy on the other side.
Hey,
You see my
I
face?
don't judge, bro. I don't judge.
There's tons of ego in arm wrestling, and it's good. Without it, you probably wouldn't bother getting strong. So that's important. And I'm not saying that you only do this, okay? It's okay to have matches. It's okay, like, if guys are close, work on any number of things, okay? Don't ever forget safety. It's super important, okay? Like you talk about, we're going to start the time in practice with strengthening and how you advance. Long term, okay? There's a lot of strategies, but I really, really believe my best observations give me the information that it's about 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 equals 5, or I can be like 3. Can't do it, can't do it, can't do it, can't do it.
Devon, Arden's getting in trouble.
Okay, so it's those constant deposits.
It's my fault.
Okay?
My fault.
Consistency of training deposits every day over the long term is what makes the most changes. Okay, always feel good. It should always feel good. I think that one of the things that we kind of got wrong as a North American culture is, like, I grew up with no pain, no gain, okay? I grew up with that, and it's hard to say what's right and what's wrong, but I really believe after all my years of training, body doesn't lie to you. If it doesn't feel good, don't do it. A little bit, maybe, a little bit, but don't be sadistic and, like, break yourself, because I know me, and I know you, okay, and we will, we'll go to a table practice, and we will leave so beat up that, like, we'll be no good to anybody, okay? Don't do that. Don't do it in the gym. Don't do it on the table, okay? Constant deposits, okay? So how do you do that? On the practice table, your partner, make it friendly, find pressures, work hard, feel safe, play. Okay, so gym. There's many strategies, okay? Many strategies. A lot of them revolve to me around 2 things. Your team, and then there's your life, okay? Not everybody has the cushy position of being a professional arm wrestler and being able to sleep in until 12 o'clock every day. I don't like it's hard for me. Okay, but I get to do basically however I want to do. Okay, it wasn't always like this. Okay, so what's very important is this.
Artem wants to prove that he can beat our numbers in a few seconds in his live stream.
Traveling, you're whatever it is you do, you have to find a way to fit in what you're trying to advance at. Okay, I don't care whether you carry bands with you, if you do pull-ups on every single tree branch that you see, if you just walk around and you're flexing all the time, okay? But either way, you have to find a way to make it fit into your life so that you can make those deposits every day. Every time the food's in your body, it's in your blood, and you want it to go somewhere, put that deposit into where you want that energy to go. Okay, so in my opinion,
9 minutes.
you want to revolve your training around 2 things, okay? And this is completely up for debate because you have success in both ways, okay? Me personally, I love table practice. I love it. It's fun. It's where, see, I'm a very, very lazy person by nature. Extremely lazy, okay? Like, maybe the laziest. But
in direct opposition to this is if you put me in a group of people with my friends, I will work with you until I'm dead. It's just the way I am. It's the way probably a lot of us are. Okay? I'm not good by myself when it comes to workload, but I'm great on a team. Okay? So I know that if I go to an arm wrestling practice, it's easy for me to work, get my intensity, and it's fun for me. Okay? Okay, so that's one strategy. And that strategy means that those are your hard days. Okay? If those are your hard days, you revolve your training, all your homework around these days, whether it's once a week, twice a week, every day, whatever, okay? Now, in opposition to this or in balance to this, but another thought is, and we talk about Eastern training versus Western training. I can't think of an arm wrestler that won't tell you, and a lot of people say, oh, Devon, you're an endurance arm wrestler, a lot of people say all sorts of things on the internet. Okay? It's about strength. It is about 1 RM. Okay? Make no mistake, it is. There's a lot of different ways to get there. Depending on how healthy you are, it's more or less of a reality. But if you are not in a position, for whatever reason, to hit it hard on the table, at least once a week, you need to have at least 1 day a week where you are pushing your 1 RM. Ideally, once every 4 or 5 days. Okay, you should be lifting heavy things. Okay, and I'm not talking about failure necessarily, because I don't believe you should fail in training. I don't believe you should. You should get close, but failure is not an ideal part. It's not you don't need it to improve. Actually, I think it's actually bad for you. But you should get really, really close. Okay, so you are organizing your training around either table practices and or 1 RM work. Okay? So then there is the other stuff. Okay? And the other stuff, the big thing about doing 1 RM work and table work is it's going to beat up your connective tissue. If you're an arm wrestler, you are gonna get tendonitis. You're gonna get joint stuff. You know, if you train your muscles like to failure, and not even failure, if you work your muscles hard, worst case scenario, maybe 7 or 8 days of soreness. Probably not. Probably more like 3 or 4. But worst case scenario, you're looking at 8 days. You get a blown elbow, strained tendons. You might be looking at months. Okay. I blew my elbow once, and I think it was a year, okay, before I knew how to fix it. So this is a reality for what we're trying to achieve, okay, connective tissue issues. This goes into another balance point, okay, of where's my jumper? Where's my jumper and sprinter? We were talking about it earlier. George. Where's the guy? George. Who's the guy?
He left. He was sick of
Did he
it
leave?
going
Oh
on.
my God, he left, didn't he? Okay. All right. Anyway, so we were having a discussion earlier about fast twitch and what degrades it. You don't want to become a slow twitch athlete. You don't. As a fighter, as an arm wrestler, you want to have pop. Okay. But you need to do physio. Okay. And physio, typically, if you do too much of it, can make you slow. Okay. The thing is with connective tissue, the white stuff, the tendons, the ligaments, they don't have the same blood flow. Okay? If you sit on a sore muscle, it's probably going to heal. It's probably going to heal pretty good. You sit on a tendon or ligament strain, it's not necessarily going to heal at the same speed for sure. Definitely. Like, if they did this really interesting documentary called Scrolling Under the Skin, where they went in with microscopes and they looked at the circulation of these structures. And it's like a pump. Everything works like a pump. Okay? They did analysis of like marathon runners versus power lifters when it comes to like the diameter of the tendons and stuff. Endurance athletes have the most healthy connective structures because of the circulatory system in these structures. They need to move to be fed. So, I think regardless of the program you do, you need to have built in your system the feeding of your connective structures. You need it. If you don't, they're gonna get damaged, they're gonna get weakened in all sorts of ways. So you need to feed your connective tissues. So you have your one arm work, you have your table work, you have your feeding of connective tissues. Okay, so these are things that you want to think about in your training. Now, what exercises you do? Okay, a lot of different concepts. Okay, I'm deep into specialization. Okay, but I'm 47 years old. All right, I've had a lot of injuries. I only have so much energy. Okay, when I was younger, I did a lot more things. I was more about general development. Okay, I've just come to a point where I'm deep into the way of the giant pumpkin and the party arm system, and you know it's a bit messy. But you know, I don't ever want to say don't generally develop your whole body either throughout all this. But I also believe you only have so much energy, and depending on how hardcore you are, whatever you invest in, you get better at it. So,
What about warming up before stepping to the table?
warm up? Yeah, you can. So when I think of warm up, when I think about like my gym stuff, if I'm doing one arm work, it will be a slow progression to where my maxes are. I write down everything. Okay, everything is written down. I do not enter a single workout of meaning without an attempt at records. Every single time I work out, I am attempting a record of some sort. Every single time. So there's a warm-up process typically to get to that. If I'm doing a volume workout, no, I don't even think about it. This is just to feel good, to feel better. Warm-up's not required. It basically is a warm-up. When you think about volume workouts, feeder workouts, they are warm-ups.
And before king of the table, before an actual competition?
Before a competition, I think about it as I only have so many cookies in my cookie jar. And a warm-up takes cookies. So, I think about like when everything, like I'm warming up for days. Like I'm thinking about it. A lot of it has to do with actual warmth of the structure. Okay, so a lot of it, you want to get really hardcore. Like you wear a sweater, you put an arm warmer on. You walk around like this. You keep your arm warm. Mental rehearsal, mental visualization of the limb doing its work. Breathing, posture. Okay. Normally I walk around like a sloth. Okay. But when I start to compete, my posture's going to change. I'm going to move into more of a fighting position, and things are going to start happening. Okay. And the process of getting to the table, the process of shaking the hand, the process of the rep. This is all warm up. Okay. This is all warm up. It depends. Look, it depends on what you're stepping into. If you're stepping into a tournament format where you have long rest periods between, okay, you might want to warm up a little bit. Especially if you feel like mentally like you need to, like if you feel like you've got a spot, you kind of want to warm it, that's okay. But if you feel good and confident, I personally do very, very little warm up. Because I know that probably sometime around round 3 or round 4, when it gets really, really hard, I may be gassed. And I'll be like, damn, why did I warm up? But I could have really used that extra, 1%. Anyways, and practice, like when you practice, yeah, you start nice and slow, preferably, warming up is part of it. Okay, so let me rewind a little bit, unless anybody's got another question on that. It's okay, I'll warm up? Yeah? Okay, so, like I said, everything that I do in the gym, it revolves around the max effort, okay? A record-breaking thing, okay? And I reset my records after every major event, okay? So, I decide I'm going to have a match, I start with records. I wipe away everything. I keep track of them so I can look back for historical. But for me, what I've found is what's more important is that the body recognizes that you are asking more of it every single day instead of actually making it the most heavy thing you've ever done, right? There's a process of increasing that kind of builds you, okay? So everything is a reset. So, blood flow. I'll share with you guys a little bit of blood flow strategy that I use for administrative ease. So, some things that are just super important, and I talked about them before, you know, rise, cup, roll. They're so important. They're so important. And for me, with my style that I do a lot right now, and you know, we all do, it rising. You cannot get away from it. And the thing with a lot of these things like rise, it's small. It's not a squat, it's not a deadlift. And the difference
How many people you got?
pounds and 42 pounds is a lot. That's a big difference. Okay, but it's only 2.5 pounds. And the thing is, with these small muscles in the forearm, I do believe that they are designed for a very high work capacity. Okay? And I don't want to say that we're all the same, but I will probably argue with you and tell you that your hand has more work capacity than your chest or your axe. Okay? Just the way it's designed. You're designed, it's very vascular, lots of connective tissue. So every morning I try to flush, and every night I'll try and flush. Okay, so I will do a circuit. Now, if I'm on the road or if I'm traveling, these are so easy. These are so simple. Okay, so I have them sometimes in my bed. Right, I'll wake up. Right, like this. This is all the time. Okay, and just like this. Okay, just this exercise right here. Do it every single day of your life, from now until eternity. Okay, you wake up. This motion has to be so healthy. This motion will make you have the technical advantage over everyone. You might still lose, but technically you will have height, which cannot be undervalued. It's so valuable to have height, okay? Because of the side of the hill that I like to run to, okay, I actually am doing a lot of pronation compared to probably 5 or 6 years ago, where I was doing much more cuts, so I'd be more into the hook. Either way, they're both good, but so I do a lot of rise, and I do a ton of pronation. Now, the pointy end, like the blade of pronation, is actually the thumb. Like, you can say it comes right from the feet, right? Comes through the shoulder, right? Comes through the pronator, but really, the thumb. The thumb, right? You want that thumb to be sharp, okay? That thumb, the more the thumb can action to turn this whole thing, it's going to be great. And you get bigger thumb. I don't know, is that
Such
weird?
a selling point.
Is that a wrong thing?
Nailed it.
But, so you can pump your thumb up, okay? And it's the end of the pronation chain, okay? The thumb ties the pronation, okay? So when I'm doing my pronation work, I'm pumping here, right? Boom, boom, boom. So I'm not just turning, I'm not just kind of using my bicep, I'm really squeezing my thumb on every single turn, okay? I call it balloon hands, okay? So typically what I'll do is, so if I'm in a place or I'm on the road, I'll wake up, well before I go to bed, you know, I'll do like, 30 or 40, and I think about the motion more than anything. I don't care about the weight here. I'm not, this is for flushing, this is for health. It's for volume, right? It's for total capacity, it's an investment, right? Rise and play with it, right? You can put it further out on your fingers, you know, it starts to get heavy, you can get it closer, you can tie into pronation, right? Rise turns into pronation, okay? Like, switches over. Okay, so I've worked this 30, 40, rise, roll, go heavier, go heavier, go heavier, until it starts to not feel good. Pyramid it back down, I'm done. 20, 25 minutes. And I'm doing away the giant pumpkin, okay? So that means I only do homework with my right hand. This one doesn't do homework. This is just playtime alone. Okay, and I've been on this system for 2.5 years. It's an interesting experiment, okay? But so all my blood, all my extra energy goes into my right ring, okay? And what I've found is that doing this before and after, first thing in the morning, last thing at night, it doesn't take anything from me, okay? Like, so I can go to practice, no impact. I can do a 1 RM day, no impact. It's just part of my lifestyle, and it just means that I'm gonna have a good day. Right? Wake up and I know that no matter what, at least I've done that to start my day. Okay, I'll show you what I call a slightly better one, okay? And this is what I do exactly at my house, okay? Now, this for me is, this covers just about everything, okay? And it's just a little circuit that I do. This is one of 2. So I'll do pretty much 2 circuits. And it's very simple. But I think that within this circuit, I'm hitting probably 90+% of the strengths that I need to maintain. Okay, and this is another one of those feeder workouts. Okay, so this is for health, this is for general, just making sure my joints are continuing to stay healthy. 20 minutes, 30 minutes. Okay, weight, no challenge here. Okay, this is not where you push yourself. This is just going through the motion. Multi-spinner. Okay. You actually don't need this strap on a multi-spinner. It's crazy. I used to, like, I don't know if I invented the multi-spinner or not, but I remember at first I used to think, oh, I need a strap, but you really don't. When you wrap it, it'll work just fine. So, first set I do, okay, this is gonna work. So, high cup multi. Okay, high cup multi, in my opinion, this is a really great move for arm wrestling. Simulates strap pulling. Basically, all those things we talked about. Be strong. Rule number 1. That's high cup multi. Right? You are pulsing. You are cupping. And you are stabilizing pronation while the elbow is inside the body. Okay? High cup multi. This is, if I could pick one thing just to be ultra mega strong at, this might be it. Okay? So I start off. It's my first exercise, and I'll just pump. Okay? 30 to 40. Okay? Good. And then, I don't walk at all. I have everything right there. Next one, same thing you just saw with the band, okay? Like that. Okay, same thing. There's my rise. Okay, 30 to 40. Switch back to this. And no time between. This is just flushing. It's like going for a walk in the morning.
Show that wrap real quick,
Yeah.
slowly, and then talk about that your thumb is actually.
Right. Okay, I'll slow it down. Thank you.
I was just gonna ask that.
Guys, listen.
Maybe after lunch.
We have 3 kids. Okay? Two of them are more like me, and one of them, I don't know what. Hey, I'm like very impulsive, and I tell you, without Jody, I swear I would live by the river and eat dog food. Okay, so we'll make it a little bit more precise here. We'll break it down in the beginning. Okay, high cup multi. Okay, I always grab the multi-spinner the same way. Okay, I come in and I chop right here. Okay, this is my origin. A lot of it is, the reason I grab it this way is because I'm trying to replicate the feeling that I have at the table in a strap. Okay, so bang. Okay, that's my base attachment. I wrap around my wrist. Okay, now here, I'm gonna wrap it twice, but I kind of angle it upwards. I want the highest cup to be right on my top finger. Okay, so this is really, I'm cupping from the top. So this fingertip. Okay, so wrap here, and here we go. You see this right here? Right at my second finger. See that? That's the exit point. Okay? Adjust my hand a little bit so it just feels just right, just so it feels like it's really hitting that finger. That's going to be the failure point. Okay? And there we are. See? So it is attacking my height, it's attacking my cup, and as soon as it's kind of turning me over a little bit. Very unbalanced. When you work out with the multi-spinner, guys, it's like a Swiss ball. Okay? Very unbalanced. Okay? It takes time to practice it, but I think it's a very relevant exercise for us. Okay, the post. Post. The thing is with the post. Yeah. Yeah. I'll tell you. I'll get to that, but actually, I'll hit it right now. Wrist wrench is fantastic. Okay, I like the wrist wrench. I like it a lot. It's, tell you want to get a good pump on your forearm. Wrist wrench is hard to beat. General development, wrist wrench is a fantastic tool. You want to get strong in a slightly failed position in a strap. Wrist wrench is an amazing tool. The only problem that I have with wrist wrench, from a technical perspective, is you must hold on to it. Okay? If you train with a wrist wrench, you are accepting that you are holding on to that thing, and then you're cupping. Okay? Which is a great thing to be able to do, but technically, you shouldn't do it. Okay? You shouldn't. You should much rather, no matter, even if you're cupping, and I'll show you with the multi-spinner, or not just the multi-spinner, but there's a number of tools where you kind of slip your hand through, and you don't necessarily have to hold on to it. And most of the action is through the wrist. It can tie in all the way to the fingertips, but there is not an action of grip first. And that's the problem I have with wrist wrench and stuff like that. Not to say they're not a good tool, because they're a very good tool. I really like them, but I think of it more as health, general development, and less than like a technically precise tool. Okay, so for rise, okay? So normally I start off with a strap belt like this, and I like to use a judo belt just because it's very comfortable, okay? Grab here, and you see the way that the straps flow. You never want any twists, okay? So that's perfect, just like that. Now, I try, so kind of like my perfect spot is right on that knuckle, okay? Right on that knuckle, like, see how like 50% of the belt is on one side of the knuckle and 50% is on the other. Okay, that's a great spot. And just up, okay? Now, if I want to start getting heavier, okay, I'll lower it, okay? I'll lower it and I'll start to work like this, okay? It's fine. It's just, where are you in your technical attack? This is the most important thing, the top, but if you can break a guy down on your hand, well, you want to be strong there too.
Okay, so that's the post. Breaking in back to the multi-spinner, same thing, chop. Okay, wrap. Okay, and this time it's the bottom. The bottom. Okay, and it's right at that pinky. That's what's being attacked. Okay, see that? Yeah. And this time it's this. Okay. Cup in. So this is that's your inside hook press. This is how you get strong hook press, right?
So what if you don't have a table, right? Like
Yeah,
average.
that's fine. You don't need a table. Yeah, if you got a cable,
Yeah.
yeah,
So like,
yeah, same thing.
Like you're talking.
Yeah, just imagine that you're arm wrestling on a table. Yeah, I've trained for years without a table. Whatever. You have a table, great. You don't have a table, doesn't matter. It's the same thing. You're not like, but the pulling ones with the belt, you'll do those off the floor. Yeah, you'll do those off the floor. I'll show you. It's super simple. But okay, so that's low cup multi.
With all of these workouts, does it matter where
The angle.
yeah, the angle.
Right, so I always think the most dangerous thing that you can do to me is pull me away from my center. Okay, people talk like about arm wrestling, see these pin lines? They are only here to fool you. This is not where you win the match. This is not it. You win the match by pulling across the table. Okay, you get the match close to you, you win the match. Easy then, right? This is premature thinking. It's like thinking about your retirement when you got to go to work for the next 20 years. You need to bring it close to you, and then after that, yeah, that's easy. Yeah. So you think, what is the most dangerous thing my opponent can do to me that I can do to my opponent? Pull the match away from your center, right? Out here, I can't control much. Better. Right? This is where I want the match to be, right? So that's why this, to me, is like the golden vector, okay? Pulling away from center, right? So I generally work from high to low. Everything is pulling away from me. All this side will do whatever. Sometimes I do it, but it's like whatever. Like, to me, like, this is what's dangerous, okay? Okay. So you can play with that. My number one vector that I do is straight. Okay, that's the one I do the most of. Just straight away from that person's heart. Okay, I work off the floor a lot, and I do work a little bit higher, but anywhere in here, it doesn't matter. It's all gonna be good. Okay, so then I've worked. This next one I really like, okay? This next one I've changed around a little bit. Okay, so we've worked high cup multi, rise, low cup multi, and now we're gonna work our pronation piece. Okay, so this one is a bit different than what you might have seen before, okay? So, thumb, okay, wrap like this, and then a slight up, okay? All right, now what this is a little bit more like Kingsview, okay? And it's more tailored kind of to how I arm wrestle. But I'll show you some other alternatives. But this one I really like because it's more based off the strap even than through the thumb, okay? Because ultimately, once you have a strap on, you're gonna work with that strap, okay? So there's a lot of strap similarities with this tying, okay? So I really just focus on the turning of the pronation of the forearm, okay? And this normally, for this, I would have it lower, okay? Center and lower. Basically for all lifting, so all outside moves are from straight to down. All inside moves are generally straight to up, okay? Okay, so there's my table. This is Okay, then I go to a pulley. Okay, so this exercise circuit is 7 deep. 7. So that's 4. So then I'll come to the pulley, and guys, my elbows are trash. Trash elbows, surgeries. My God, I used to do a lot of push-ups, and I can't push worth. But
I used to get a lot of good massages.
I don't anymore. If that's why you're here, just leave. Okay, but I still, I do work my tricep. It's very important in arm wrestling. I do have a good tricep. So next is my tricep station. And I'll work in here, and I'll either be sinking or I'll be supinating a little bit. Okay, so something like this. Okay. Something like this, or something like this. Okay? Simple, right? Simple. Gives grease to the elbow, makes it feel good. We don't have it here. We don't have it here. I should have checked. But it's a very simple thing to make. Just get yourself a piece of metal or something, or a broomstick, or whatever, and pad it up really nice. And what you're going to do is you're going to have this thing with a rope and a weight. Okay? And you're going to put your hand in it, and you're going to be able to lift up like this. Okay, so it's going to work your kickback. Okay? And what I do is I go from finger to finger to finger to finger. Okay? And actually, this whole circuit, I'm doing 6. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay? And so I'll just do this reverse motion. Okay? Is everybody following me? Okay? And then the last one is, so I'm really pissed off that ArmBet doesn't sell these. So get it from Wrist Ball. It's a Wrist Max. I love this tool, seriously, I love it. They have a new one, okay? This one is like your old school version. It's curved. They have a new one that's like flat, okay? I'm telling you, it's so nice. It's so nice for cup because it ties the cup all the way to your fingertips. Okay, you're not squeezing, but it is making you cup all the way to your fingertips, where any good arm wrestler is going to attack you. Okay, you use it, put your whole hand through, loosen this up just a little bit. Put your whole hand through. Okay, create a little pocket here, and I should rewind a little bit. I'll show you. You should be pocketing everything. Okay, nothing should be grabbed like this. Everything should be grabbed flat, okay? Everything you grab, see how I'm grabbing this? See how, like, I'm not just wrapping around it like so? I pocket, okay? Because you want to be tight, all your angles tight, and the hand tightness is even more important than the arm tightness, and the arm tightness is even more important than the body tightness. But you don't want to be round, you want to be flat, you want to be as tight as you can be. So that means you push past the person, you make a bubble, right? Like this, and this is how you train, okay? All right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Weight goes up by like a pound or 2. I do 6 rounds. Okay, that's a morning flush, that's a nighttime flush. Okay, and that's just part of my lifestyle, okay? Right, and that does not have to be progressive. It should never hurt any of it, and it's just going to ensure that you're kind of healthy. It's like going for a walk in the morning. Okay. Okay. And then the same ideas, the same exercises, and more, which we can cover a few more. 1 RM. Okay. 1 RM is the most important lift. It's the most important, right? Get strong. Off the floor, this, oh, okay. I'm so long-winded, guys, I apologize. Off the floor, if you're gonna be a strap arm wrestler, it's hard to say that this isn't one of your biggest lifts. Like, just your standard grip, just like that. You're going to tie a ton of weights to this, and you are just going to move it off the floor. Okay? just this thing right here on the table, bang, guys got the whole wrist. Okay, super important. Then we got questions about gym stuff.
Yeah, I have one question. I know, like, early on, we all like to, like, oh, I gotta do grippers and that.
Yeah.
Do you still, and do you find that there is any advantage to, like, a crushing strength?
Yeah, that's a great question, because I totally agree. Everybody starts off with grippers, hand strength. Hand strength is awesomely important. I left it alone for a very long time, okay? So when I got into sport, I got big on grippers. It's important. There's a lot of carryover, okay? There's a lot of things, like it ties things together. But then if you can establish the high spot and if everything is good, there's never a requirement for it, okay? But the thing is, it's not always going to be like that. And what I have noticed as I've gotten more kind of messy with my style, and I think the level has come up, and straps is just so prevalent.
Will you defend me against Travis?
Huh?
Will you defend me from Travis when he attacks me?
I'll help him.
And the thing is the cup actually is not as strong as your grip. Your grip will always be stronger than your cup. So you can definitely, you need to have a strong grip, and you need to learn how to use it. So you do not want your hands ever to open. So if you're in a strap, okay, a lot of times when things don't go quite right, you're gonna lose your cup a little bit, but you're still in the match, you've got some stuff, and yeah, that's where that grip comes really into play. So my thoughts on grip. I do not train my grip with grippers. I don't train my grip. Everything has to have a root, in my opinion. So what I'll do is, you got just a standard silver spinner, like that every single gym handle, like just a standard, like, arcade machine, whatever, just a standard 1-inch. Okay, so I'll do that same thing, okay? And what I'll do is I'll basically do grippers. Okay, just exactly.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so that way at least it's tying in.
It's on the table the whole.
Yeah, you're tying in, okay?
Okay.
And yeah, you can do one arms like that, you can be like, bang, just that single, and the cup is not involved, it's just and that is actually, in my opinion, it's really realistic. It's really realistic. And in my second, so I just showed you guys my one, I call this my number 1 circuit, and my number 2 circuit that I do, that's in there.
Oh.
Yeah, and yeah, absolutely, you should be doing something with your grip, but it should tie you. And it's one of those things like where does it fit? It's high, it's not higher than pronation, it's not higher than cup. Even though it's stronger than cup, it's not higher than cup in my opinion.
So you say it's just like kind of the glue that just meshes everything together?
Yeah, you need it for sure. You should be training it. Yeah, every day if you can. Not necessarily in 1 RM, but yeah, deposit. You should be hitting that thing, you should be pushing it forward. Yeah, grip is important. I just don't think grippers are the way to do it. Yeah. Cool. Yeah. Any other questions about
Something that I've been trying to experiment with was like tapering. So I
Tapering.
a big tournament
Yeah.
in like 2 weeks, 3
Yeah.
weeks. It's best to stop and have it just take time for 2 weeks out. Didn't sit through like 16 papers.
Yeah.
This guy shaves his legs, definitely shaves his legs.
Yeah. Like when you look at like the absolute, I think like the total standard taper, it's balanced by how much workup that you have, right? So the longer your workup, the longer your taper can be. The very base, I think, widely accepted answer is maintain intensity, decrease volume. I think that this is standard across all athletic fields. Okay, so as you get further and further, so say around, the thing is you don't want to have any pain, okay? Depending on your age, the younger you are, I think the shorter your taper needs to be. But I mean, I've been doing like 6-week tapers, where around the 6-week point, I just become super hypercritical with form. Okay, so like on the table practice, I won't practice open anymore. I won't be very giving. Like I'll be always like where I feel better. And when it comes to the exercises, I will stop doing one. I'll stop kind of being progressive, and I'll just focus on form. Yeah, that's the very typical answer. Maintain intensity, decrease volume. It's not always like that. So a lot of it would be like, so say you were doing even these morning wake up volume ones, you'd go from doing like 30 to 40 to like, 60,000, 30, 5, 25.
Hey, it's a great event, guys. Great event.
Good shit.
I was doing good.
I'm just kidding. So like you're just doing like the week of the event or something, you're doing like, 10, 5, thanks so much.
Sorry.
Oh. You guys hear that? Okay, pizza's here.
We could like break and eat for 20 minutes, and then this way we can come back and we can talk a whole lot more before all the other people come back. So stop with the beer and cold, we can do that, quick hand wash or whatever. And yeah, come back.
Don't worry about it. Come back.
What else going on? Dan the Night. Dan, I'm getting smacked in the face. I'm being assaulted by Dan the Nightmare Schwartz. Look. Did you see that, everybody? I want to press charges. I want to press charges on him. Harder. Someone said harder, Dan. Hey, listen. I'm going to lose the live feed if he hits me harder.
This is Papa the Man,
Listen, look, if there's
I did it for the fans. I slapped for the people.
If there's any other moose knuckles you guys want to see, just say the word. That is quite possible. Probably did deserve that. Everyone's going to leave here pro level. Pro level arm wrestlers are leaving this gym today. Oh, pizza.
Pizza eaters and arm wrestlers.
Man, I can't. That's all I came here for is the pizza. I'm not here to arm wrestle.
Look
at this. Everybody's eating pizza. Not him. He's having an apple. Healthy. Way healthier than the rest of these bums. All these bums eating pizza. He's eating an apple. Let's be honest. I should probably be eating an apple too.
No way.
Look, everybody's in line for pizza. There's Jason Merlot, healthy eater.
Excellent.
He does bass curls and eats pizza.
That's it.
Boom.
That's how you get strong.
That's right.
Rule number one, be strong.
See, that's the problem. I just eat the pizza and I don't work out.
That's a big problem. That's a big problem.
Everybody here looks like they work out. Most of these people look like they take arm wrestling serious. I brought an apple. Everybody here looks like an athlete except for me. Let's see. Just people eating. Everybody looks ashamed. Everybody here looks like they're ashamed that they're eating pizza. Hey, it's cheat day. It's cheat day at the gym today. Everybody's eating pizza. Look, Artem's in line. Look, Artem's not even famous enough to skip to the front of the line.
I offered to beat somebody for a better spot. Nobody wants it.
Another jab from Dan. This is ridiculous.
He was actually really good. He was like,
Who should I pin?
we saw him at the bar.
The rest is the same.
Scientist? I can't pronate?
Pedro's injury.
You can't top it, thank you.
Pedro has an injury.
Yeah, I can't.
Dang.
You'll get hurt.
Only his middle finger works.
That's the only one that doesn't work.
Leave in 5 minutes. It's got to,
Sorry, guys. I know it's not too exciting right now, but it's like lunch break or something. There's Artem sneaking off in the corner.
Definitely needed that. Had grease on my throat.
There's a pizza eating technique.
Hell yeah, it is.
Part of the seminar.
Yeah, bro. I was like dying, bro. I was like, damn, I need to eat. I think everybody in this room was. Somebody was staring into space.
Except for Steven Zell up there eating an apple. Everybody else is eating pizza. He's got his apple.
We got an apple.
He's healthy. Super healthy. Everyone here is pretending that this is their cheat day for pizza.
Is it cold in here or is it just me, Ryan? Is it cold in here? Is it cold in here or what?
It's a bit chilly.
It's just area, just right here.
Oh, I'm freezing. Look at me.
Because
It's because it's blowing right on you.
Yes, it's just over there. It's fine.
Yeah, over there was good.
You got to put some muscle on.
Nah, I don't need it. I'm strong enough already, bro.
You got some of mine.
No, I need to
None of this. None of this is
weight.
muscle.
I want to gain some weight, to be honest with you.
It's hard to put on.
Do you have room to gain weight in your weight class or no?
No, I'm 154 on the button, dude.
yeah.
I can't go any farther.
Yeah.
But if I go up, I'll hit the 176 again. You know what I'm saying? That's where I was.
Yeah.
I was 175.
Beast. We gotta practice in August if you want to challenge match.
Oh yeah, I will.
All right.
Absolutely.
I'll shoot you a few names.
Let me know.
You got it, buddy. They saved the last piece just for me. Yeah, thank you. I'm gonna go hide somewhere and eat this because I'm ashamed of myself. Jason Merlot already ate his. Look at these sons of bitches. I'm gonna go eat on an arm wrestling table so that they have to chalk it extra. Ooh. Yeah, definitely. What's up, buddy? You learning a lot?
You?
Oh yeah.
Right.
Everyone's gonna leave here pro level.
It's your table? Nice.
I'm trying to order some custom tops for like 98% events.
Yeah.
But Combat Arms Sports stopped. They got sued and shut down. But they're coming back. Then I can order like custom tops.
Nice.
Because these are good for tournaments because it's so sturdy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can see that.
Like it's better to have those for traveling. The ones that are skinnier, they're easier to put together.
Yeah, I have one like that.
But for tournaments, I like these better.
Yeah.
But hoping they come back soon and I can order some new tops.
Yeah.
You live far from here?
What?
You live around here?
Long Island.
Oh, with Dan and them?
Yeah.
Dan the Nightmare Schwartz?
Yeah, he drove me.
Did he touch you inappropriately at all?
He did not. Why, is that an ongoing thing?
We just pick on him. Damn right I do. still go?
No, not really.
Do you go to a good spot or is it good? The whole area is political.
What's up, guys?
We're gonna rip that necklace off today.
I gotta hide it.
Oh, we got 2 for 1 today.
Oh shit.
Oh, man. Dude, if you can get Devon to do it.
I see a real big change. Yeah. Take that one off.
Now he's gonna rip it and just does it.
I made a fucking steal.
There's a legend right there with the chain.
I'm gonna have maybe Devon do it.
Maybe
rip that
we
shit
can-
off.
We're gonna try to get Devon to rip his chain off. I think he'll do it. Hey, Devon, listen, this is sort of his thing. It's not a weird fetish. It's a gimmick. If you won't do it, Jody will. Or Arden. We'll get someone to do it. Does it have many more breaks in it to like?
No, it's the same piece.
Yeah.
It's the same piece. It's just the plastic. Comes off every time.
That's good. At least it's not
It's
breaking
not messed up
in the
with
middle.
this stuff. I keep clamping it back together and shit.
At least that's a replaceable part. Imagine if it broke in the middle every time or something. It's all these kinks.
Now it's weak there, so it's just that fucking Yeah, I didn't see it.
Well, let's find out. Let's find out how it
Uh-oh. What do you know? We just happen to be live.
I'm gonna have to put a backpack on. I can't.
Holy moly. Bass curls versus weed curls.
Versus what curls?
Weed curls. No. Here we go. Match of the day. Hey now.
Yeah, no wonder.
You know what? I didn't even recognize.
Blam.
I didn't even recognize it.
I'm official.
Yeah.
I should have said it.
Devon just recognized that was Jason Merlot.
Yeah, I've heard your hand is incredible.
I think it's good. It's okay. Devon is humbling himself.
Yeah, no, I've heard that.
I'm fishing. That's what everybody says.
That's wild. That's wild. Dude, it's got nothing to do with fishing.
Dude, I've been fishing since I was 2 years old. I'm telling you.
I've been fishing one time too, man. You don't catch a fish.
That's when I first started training with the guys, they were just like, where the fuck come from? I'm like, I don't know, I fish a lot.
Okay.
Like deep sea.
I masturbate a lot.
You've been through something.
That's on a live feed. Oh.
That is what it looks like.
Devon called next.
Hey, delete that. Delete that.
It's live. Hope you guys are all watching this. Artem thought he was getting stronger, and now he's depressed.
All the steroids.
He's returning his Artem's returning his steroids.
Oh, you're a little bit more tan.
Artem's on the phone with a steroid connect, complaining right now.
And we've never met, actually.
Fuck you! Hey, get out of my way, you terrorist!
Oh, I did better earlier.
How much you weigh?
200.
Yeah, that's awesome. Maybe I won't die to 200.
Ask Artem, he knows a little bit about it.
You stay where you are. However, I looked a lot better than he let me.
Yeah. Well, I was more scared of him. I know.
It does matter, yes.
Yep.
Oh yeah. That's the biggest fish Jason's ever caught.
Goliath, Larratt.
The elusive Larratt fish.
The big green.
Okay, everybody, let's get back and we'll talk about it again. Woo! Hey, we're gonna be on the table just free ranging very shortly. But thank you so much.
He's a Marcy. And this guy right here.
Marshall's coming, isn't he?
I think he is. I texted him.
Hey, so if you want to grab take meat over there, it's fine. They can grab pizza and sit down. Oh yeah, we're all done. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, buddy.
I'm sure that felt good.
Yes, Joe.
I got both videos. I'll send it to you.
Cool, that's cool. I appreciate it.
That was just Jason's warm up. Did you guys see that? Was that not impressive?
On the Thursday, his right arm is this hair's done. Yeah, his right hand is injured a little bit. And he's the only one left. He's going to bully me, but at least I get right with him.
So we're gonna do like more talk again for a bit because we're gonna like practice spot comes and then we'll
Ardo's just mad at the world now. He's very depressed. He's gonna return his steroids and fucking be like, this shit didn't work. What the fuck?
There's no return policy where I work at. Wouldn't it be awesome if you lose your super match, you can just return your steroids? Like, a lot of people can make some money back.
I mean, you should make that a warranty with yours. Like, hey,
I'll get all the double customers.
Like 30-day money back if you lose a super match. Holy moly. See what I got to deal with, too. Artem here.
As soon as you are in the world of arm wrestling, you're typically dealing with negative strength. And what happens is when you are in the negative cycle, it's the hardest thing to train for. It's the hardest thing to recover. Like negatives, heavy negatives, which is what you're doing in arm wrestling, it takes a long time to recover from. Okay? But the thing that's even harder is failure. Right? Failure in the move. Okay, so if you're trying to top roll and it's not going, you get turned over. But what do we have here? We have some really shady form. Okay? Okay? So you're trying to hook, you're losing your wrist. What do we have here? Some really shitty form. Okay? And what does shitty form mean? It means injuries. Okay? I'll remind you again. We are each other's training equipment, okay? We are each other's training equipment. If you are the senior, and it doesn't necessarily mean that you've got more time in. It might mean that you're bigger, it might mean you're stronger, it might mean you're gifted. Either way, when I say senior, it's the most likely guy to win the match, okay? If you are that guy, do yourself a favor and do not pin your opponent. Do not pin in practice so much. It's just all you do when you pin is you put them in a position of increased likelihood for injury. As your training equipment, you break your toy and you don't get to play. Okay, we grow the community. Okay, so if you're the senior, you hold. You can feel. You feel when that wrist starts to go. You want. It's okay. Give a little bit more. Open a little more. Work a different spot. Okay, take care of each other. Take care of each other. All right, like it's gonna work. I don't know why I waste my breath. We're all crazy. Anyways, let's try to take care of each other. Okay, so I'll touch on a few more things, okay? I'm gonna touch on some stance stuff. I'll touch on some common injury stuff. Maybe some more questions. Okay, first off, stance. Okay, so right hand arm wrestling. I'll say the most common stance, the stance where like pretty much everything starts, is what I call a split stance. Okay, split stance. So arm wrestling, right hand, right leg goes forward. Okay, right leg goes forward. Now, what you should think, tall or short. Okay, you want your belly button above the table. So if you're short, consider a riser. Okay, the reason why is the ability to press. If you're not above the table, if I'm here, it's really hard. It's really hard to press properly. You want to have that option. You want to be able to press. Okay, you want to be above. So adjust your stance. I don't necessarily want to be completely split it out. Okay, I want to be okay. This is probably a good spot for me. Okay, if you're shorter but it's manageable, get up. All right, get up on your toes. Use a riser. Okay, split stance. It's both, I'd say, the most versatile and probably the least useful of all, because you're not going anywhere. Okay, split stance. You're in the middle. You can do everything. You can do everything from the split stance. Okay, so typically from here, you're either going more inside or more outside. If you go more inside, your hips start to open. Okay, you're just gonna swing with the left foot. Okay, the right side of your body, typically, if you're talking about stance, we're talking about right arm wrestling, the right leg is your driver. And the left leg, basically, it just adjusts altitude. Okay, so on this, so when I'm doing my drives, right, the force comes from my right leg, the right leg is driving, or the right side of my body is in the right hip. This should be glued to the table all the time. You go to a turn, you have hard practice, you should have bruise on your hip, okay? I once pulled Dave Chafee and had bruise on my chest. not a big deal, not a big deal. So right side is your driver leg, left adjusts altitude. You start to fall away, okay, the left leg's there to get you back up into position, okay? You want to open up more, you want to get more of an inside option, you start to set, you start to drive, right? If you should have the flexibility to get your right foot right up in the corner of the table, okay? You watch Jerry, watch a lot of guys, they put it right up there, and that way, bang, right? You're coming across that table really nice. That's your base. That's your base from where all the action's coming. As soon as you start to open up your hips, okay, inside arm wrestling, you are testing your frame, okay? You start to open, you start to spin. Okay. People talk about break arm position. You are verging into that territory. However, that's what this game is about, right? It's not a bad thing. Okay, manage it, okay, protect yourself. If you're thinking about opening up, okay, if you're thinking about putting spiral in, just think you want to be behind it, okay? Better to be behind, tucked inside the body. Okay, this is fine. This is safe. I'm safe. Okay, here, not so safe. Okay, so just always consider that, okay? Outside arm wrestling, from split stance. Outside, you're going to start to open. Okay, for the first probably 3 or 4 years of my arm wrestling career, I was a double. Okay, both feet under. It's great, super safe. Okay, you got a new guy coming in, that's probably where you want to start. Okay, both feet under for outside arm wrestling. Safe. That way, you don't have a lot of spiraling. Likely the injury goes down. More fundamentally sound for the top roll, right? So this is your base. Okay, both feet is your base. You're coming back, right? You're coming back. You're able to kind of make subtle adjustments this way or this way. Either way, you are coming straight back up high. Okay, you not have to do so much of an ability to push from there. It's very easy to switch, but your feet are going to be busy. But 2 feet under, great opener. Great opener. You want to be crazy? start to break into a king's move, okay? You can even go split the other way, okay? Roll out. Other considerations with stance. Okay, we talked about the left foot being the altitude foot, right? And most people think about standing back up. But you start to get strong, you start to be able to, pull it pretty high level, especially for the weight category guys, okay? What's gonna happen is you're gonna get so strong that you may start to get lifted, okay? You're gonna get into a position and somebody may actually start to lift you a bit, okay? And in this case, your altitude leg is gonna pull you down, okay? So you're gonna be at times, you're gonna see your leg come up and it's gonna pull you together. You watch Prudnik, strong, awesome. He's in this position all the time, okay? He's pulling down with the altitude leg. Either way, the feet should be very busy, right? Inside, inside, split, inside, outside, more outside, all the way outside, So kind of something more to think about with stance, how it ties into the table. We got any chess players in the house? There we go. Okay, a couple smart guys.
Nerds.
The rest of you
This is
are.
one. They're doing I can play chess, therefore I'm smart, right? Anyways, there's this thing in chess. It's a gambit, right? So gambit, you kind of give something away, and it's a trap, right? It's a trap to get something later. You got gambits in chess too. Sorry, in arm wrestling. So, right, in arm wrestling, so much we think about going to the side, right? I talked about priorities. I said this is the most dangerous thing. But we are all greedy when it comes to this position. We want it so badly, and it's filled with gambits, okay? This way is filled with all sorts of nonsense, okay? So consider heavily when you start arm wrestling, if you don't already do it now, it is such a nice opener. Go this way, okay? This inside, you are taking for sure. Yes, it's great, Who's stronger? I don't know. Is it you, is it the other guy? Everybody is so eager to take, right? And if there's a spot to take, oh, I love this open, okay? I love having a lot of the components and then just here, right? Here, what happens is quite typically you will find the person's fingers, okay? So you've given away the left-right component of arm wrestling, which in my opinion is like worth nothing. It's really worth nothing. Like, I would so much rather, this is the left, this is the back front, okay? This towards me, towards them. This is the left, right. Man, I will give you all of this if I'm here. You give me this, I'm probably winning this match. Probably gonna win. If I'm like here and here, oh my God, I'm in some serious trouble. Serious trouble, okay? So just think about what things are worth, okay? This left, right, if you can give it to somebody and it gets you some position, oh my God, make that trade every day, all day. So it's a consideration with your stance, be able to generate power this way. People always say arm wrestling, and it is. Everybody knows that though. What's really important is getting the person towards you, right? So if you want to give the person a little bit of side, give up a little bit of position here, you get their hand, you get their fingers, you have everything to swing around to access your real strength, okay? Any questions on that?
How do you feel about pushing off the opposite side with your leg?
Oh yeah.
That one.
Yeah, that can work at times. Yeah. Now there's issues there like, you have rights to your table side. Okay, so you can freely bump that person. Okay, you are allowed to do it. So if somebody puts their foot on your, you can kick it off. Right. This is your side of the table. So just Yeah, just consider that, but yeah, for sure, man. I see guys do it all the time, you know, put the leg up, and yeah, it's great. It's great. Yeah, nothing wrong with it at all. Just know that it can be taken from you really quick, right? You're in this spot, and then all of a sudden it's gone, right? So I think you're probably better off to kind of wedge off your hip. But yeah, man, play around with it. Play around. It should be very busy underneath the tape. Okay, we'll talk about a few very, very common injuries in arm wrestling. The first one I'll say is probably the most common, and it's inner elbow. You know, you arm wrestle like, you know, not too long, odds are you're gonna get it. Okay, you'll probably get it within the first few years of your arm wrestling. And to me, it has to do with side pressure. Okay, it's to do with this internal rotation strength, and it's a failure. It's a failure in the joints. We're not really designed. I don't like to say we're not designed to do it because whatever you practice, you get better at. But there's an issue when you go to do something and there's a failure. The failure is ligaments. Okay, the ligaments are going to get stretched, and then the joint is going to loosen, and your chance for arthritis is going to go up. Okay, so it's not an injury that you want. So the injury can be fixed, can be strengthened, but it will also teach you how to arm wrestle better. So, in my opinion, it is great to have any strength. It's great to have side pressure. It's great to, geez, if you could give me more calf strength, I'd take it. It's just, you know, I also believe that you gotta spend your energy wisely. Okay, so when you get this injury, okay, you need to get in there and work it. You need to get it. If you just leave it, it's probably going to stagnate. It's probably not going to heal well. Okay. Now, what you want to replace side pressure with is supination. Okay. And supination will feel a lot like side pressure. It'll feel very similar to your opponent when you have the ability to do this. Okay. It's more muscular than it is just connective tissue. Everything has connective tissue involvement, but the ability to supinate is more easy for your body to adapt to because there's specific muscles that are going to be the failure points, as opposed to, you know, there's a lot of ligament that's just going to fail here. So, how do you do it? Really simple. I'll get whatever, a towel, a belt, whatever it is, and very light. Okay, I'll do something like this. Okay, just like this. Even just doing wrist curls on the pinky side. You know, this kind of thing. Progressive, light, easy. It'll heal itself quickly. It'll heal itself quickly. Okay, so that's how you fix your inner elbow. Wrist. This happens all the time as well. I don't know if anybody's gotten this one, base of the wrist. You're going to start to dislocate more here. Okay, you're going to be able to crack put in place. You're going to have pain. Okay, what that's caused by is what I'd say is premature pronation. Okay, so you're trying to pronate, maybe holding on to the person, or they're too high up in your hands. Okay, the way to fix it and the way to make it so it's not a problem is work your rise. Okay. If you're getting blown out down here in your wrist, you need to do more riser work. That's gonna take people. Here's the thing: when you grab your hand and when you turn, you see there's movement. Okay, there is no muscle really that protects your wrist to do this. Okay, there is a direct tie-in if you grab your wrist. Okay, so if you can the lower you can get somebody on your hand before you pronate, the more anatomically sound it is. Okay? How do you get a person lower on your hand? More rise. Okay? And more rise is just gonna protect that area. Everything's gonna work much better. Okay? Hurt yourself here, work rise. Last one that's the most common is shoulders. Okay? You're gonna scrub your shoulder because most of you, it's gonna be a lot of internal stabilization. A lot of you're gonna hook inside. Inside. Very rarely are you open, okay?
okay? You start to get sore shoulders, pinched shoulders. You need to get on a cable. You need to open up. You need to do reverse, external rotation as opposed to internal. Okay, you need to do a lot of that. Those are your three most common injuries. For the, you can get injured anywhere, but if somebody's saying I got an injury here, to me that sounds muscular. And that's great. Yeah, if it's like away from the joints that you're sore, that's great news. Mostly that's great news. That sounds muscular to me. Sounds like you got some muscular soreness. Still might be connective. Maybe it's your bones are sore, and that's cool. Like that's good, definitely, man, right? Like if your bones are sore, and they will be. There'll be times when you feel on your bones, but they heal quick, and they'll bounce back stronger. So, yeah.
What about triceps?
Tricep. Yeah, when in doubt, do triceps.
What about back?
Yeah, just
Back and neck.
kick
I'd
it
say
open.
that's not so common, but generally, I just say wherever you have pain,
Just kick it open like you own the
find that
place.
pain, you work with it, you make sure that it's never sharp.
Fuck that
Okay,
guy.
so whatever your injury is, do not re-aggravate, but you must work through it. Like, find the pain, work through it.
They're gonna switch to practice,
You
like, really
progress
soon.
it with your advancement, and eventually, it can become your strength for sure. Yeah, but the neck, I've never had a neck injury. I don't think
Too much back. Back pressure.
it'll tie in through your neck. So maybe you need to strengthen your neck. I don't know. The thing is, we are all different, right? Everybody's different, but no matter what. So I'd say that there's two things. Maybe it's not strong enough, so it needs to be developed, or maybe there's an imbalance issue. Okay, so maybe it's because you're doing one thing all the
Why
time.
did you leave?
And you need to kind of pull it into balance by doing the exact
Was Devon mean to you?
Okay, so like I'd say the shoulder very much is that. The shoulder often gets pulled out of alignment because you're getting too tight in one way. That's why you work the reverse. The elbow, that's a stretch.
Chilling.
There's been an injury. It typically needs to be strengthened. The wrist is typically a technical issue that needs to be strengthened and reinforced. It's not so much a balance issue. But yeah, normally it's either balance or needs to be strengthened.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
There's also pain that goes in between.
Yeah.
That kind of like connects to the hand.
Yeah. So a lot of times, you get these tendon issues that are difficult to solve. People talk about supplementation a lot. I remember I had me having tendonitis is a constant struggle. Okay, if you're going to be a competitive strength athlete, arm wrestler, you're going to have tendon issues. Okay, the thing that I'd say is awesome for that is fish oil. Okay, I've had a lot of different supplements in my life, but and the dosages that are not what it says on the bottle. Okay, like you'll say like 5 grams, 7 grams a day. When I get lit up, which is just periodic, we got like liquid in the fridge, and every time I'll take a shot. Like, yeah, for real. And it's not
Throw a brick through the window.
It's fish oil, and it's I don't know, is it that simple? Like oil in the lube and joints. I think it is to some degree, man. Like get the fish oil into it, do the volume,
Throw a
do the
brick through the
rehab.
window that
I
says
think it's
FTG on it.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's connected to tendons, but it sounds like a guitar string.
Guitar string?
Like if you got.
Yeah, like there's one strand that's too tight. Yeah, for sure that can happen. I've had a similar thing at times where, I think it's the way that the muscle develops. Sometimes it's just
Press your nipples against the
I don't know
glass.
whether you gotta break it down, or just develop it and work it. I think you gotta work through things. I think that we all have to move. Like people talk about rest. I'm a big, I'll sell, I'll push movement. Like move through it, work through it. Don't make it hurt more. Move through it, work
Active
through it.
rest.
Progressive, yeah, active rest. Yeah. Anybody got more questions? I'm dying to get on the tables, all of you guys.
Yeah. Yeah.
Guys, we're going to start letting people in for the practice in just a second. We want you guys to be able to get
Fuck those guys.
pictures and so forth with Devon before that happens, because there's a few people outside. And there's a couple of you in here. If you guys want to start to do that, if you're okay with that for the moment, we're going to start letting people in. Just want to make sure you guys get first opportunity. You know what I mean? You've been here, you spent the time with us, spent the money. Do that while we start getting ready. So people are coming in.
Hey guys, I'm gonna shut down. Listen, Arda's being an asshole, so go to his channel and unsubscribe.
I'll take them so we can get the nice little backdrop.
Nice little backdrop.
We gotta get out to the range.
I'm going to stop the live for a minute, and then I'll start it back up when the practice starts. All right, guys, I'll be back. I gotta charge.